All right, let's talk about something that trips up almost everyone when they're starting a research project: the problem statement. I mean, have you ever just stared at a blank page, not even knowing where to begin? Well, if that's you, then this guide from Tatenda Research Consulting is exactly what you need. Let's dive right in.
Does this sound a little familiar?
Yeah. If the thought of writing a research proposal fills you with dread, you are so not alone. Even the experts admit that this is a huge hurdle, especially when you're just starting out. But here's the really good news. What if I told you there's a simple, clear way through all that confusion? We're going to untangle that mess and give you a super straightforward 3-part formula that's going to make you feel way more confident. Okay, first things first, let's get one thing crystal clear. Your problem statement isn't just some small introductory paragraph. No, it is the absolute core of your entire project. Think of it as the epicenter. Everything, and I mean everything, radiates out from this one central point. So what is it, really? Well, a problem statement is basically a short, super clear statement that nails down the exact problem you're looking at, gives a little background, and explains why anyone should even care. It's the foundation. It's the blueprint for your entire study. Now, this is a big one, so listen up. A lot of people get this confused. Your problem statement is not your statement of purpose. That's about what you hope to achieve. And it's definitely not your research questions. That's about how you're going to investigate. The problem statement has to come first. It establishes the what and the why before you can even think about the how. Okay, are you ready for the secret sauce? This is it. This simple 3-part formula is a total game changer, and it's going to make writing your problem statement so much easier. Honestly, just think of it like you're telling a short story. Every good story has these parts, right? You start with the facts, then you introduce a conflict, and finally, you propose a solution. Facts, conflict, solution. It's this simple narrative that makes your research idea so easy to understand and so compelling. Let's break each one down. So, part 1 is all about setting the stage. This is your principal proposition. You start with something that's already widely known or accepted, something you can back up with existing research. You're basically saying, okay, here's what we all agree on. Here's the established landscape. And now for the magic part. This next step is where the real action happens. It's where you create the tension, the drama that makes your study necessary. It's all about finding the research but. This is where you flip the script. You challenge those facts you just laid out, and you do it with these little powerhouse words. Words like however, but, or yet. Or maybe you point out a lack of information, or that there's limited understanding. These words are your signal that something is wrong or missing. What you're really doing here is pointing to the gap in what we know. You're holding up that missing puzzle piece and saying, look, something's missing right here. And that gap, that little bit of conflict you just highlighted, that is your research problem. So you've pointed out the problem. Now what? Well, you can't just leave it hanging there. That's where part 3 comes in, the speculative proposition. This is your therefore moment. It's where you suggest what needs to be done to fix that conflict or fill that gap. You're basically laying out the plan of attack for your research. Okay, that's theory. But how does this actually work in the real world? Let's get practical and actually build one together, step by step. But wait, before we jump into the full example, here's a little hack for you. If you're feeling stuck, just try to frame your problem as a simple cause and effect sentence. Something like, the increase of air pollution, that's her cause, results in more cases of asthma, that's her effect. It's a great way to boil your idea down to its most basic parts. All right, let's look at a real example from a paper about archaeology. We start with part 1, the facts. It's a known, accepted fact that the Rosvi state was a big deal, a major political power. Simple enough, right? That's our starting point. And then, bam, here comes the but, the interactive proposition. However, even though we know they were powerful, the details about their most important sites are, well, fuzzy. We have a lack of basic info. Do you see it right there? That's the gap that needs to be filled. And to wrap it all up, we get part 3, the solution. Therefore, what are we going to do about it? Well, we need to do some digging, literally. We need systematic excavations to get the answers. Facts, conflict, solution. See how clean that is? It just flows perfectly.
And hey, if you want something you can use right now, check this out. This template is like a cheat code for getting started. Seriously, pause this right now and just try plugging in your own ideas. It's a fantastic way to get your thoughts organized.
So there you have it. You've got the formula, you've seen how it works. Let's just quickly recap the absolute must-know points so they really stick with you.
Okay, here are the big takeaways. 1. Your problem statement isn't just a paragraph, it's the epicenter of your whole project. 2. Use that super simple facts, conflict, solution formula. 3. Always be on the hunt for the but or the however. That's where you find your research gap. And 4. Remember, your entire goal is to fill that specific gap you found.
Look, getting this one part right is a massive win. And we really hope this framework from us here at Tatenda Research Consulting gives you the confidence to tackle the rest of your proposal, from the title all the way to your research plan.
And, of course, if you want some one-on-one help to get your project off the ground, please reach out. We're here for you. So, I'll just leave you with this one last thought. Now that you have the formula, now that you have the tools, what important problem is your research going to solve?